Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing today? Yeah. Let's welcome to the stage Mr. Tone Whitfield on bass. And Mr. Noah Pierre on guitar. My name is Dante Pope, your gracious host, and the lucky one that gets to play on this amazing stage in this amazing, beautiful space. Give yourselves a hand for being here and loving music. Now, before I go into the black hole that is music, I'm just letting you know I'm gonna be calling on you to do a lot of stuff today. We're gonna do some call and response. We're gonna do some clapping, maybe some crying, maybe some testifying. But all in all, we're gonna have a good time. Y'all ready? There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy, a boy who wandered very far over land and sea. He was a little shy and sad of eye. was he and then one very day he came my way. We talked of concepts, lots of things, fools and kings. And this he said to me, oh, the greatest gift of joy you'll ever learn is just to love. Yeah. Is just to love. Is just to love and be loved in return. In return. In return. Thank you all so much. That first tune you heard is called God Is. I always like to open up my songs and shows with something similar to what you would hear, something called a djembe kan. It's like an open drum solo traditionally done on the djembe. And so I wanted to start off the song with something that was kind of Afro-Cuban based and centered, so I could get all the emoting out so I can actually lead this band. So thank you all for listening. That's an original tune of mine, God Is, and the second tune was called Cool Pose. Wanted to kind of take you all on an unsure like rhythmic journey, as that song was inspired by a lot of what I saw growing up in the city of Chicago. It's an amazing city, but no different than, thank you so much for clapping, that's right. But in any city, place in the world, one of my mentors used to say, if there are two people together and they always get along, one of them is not necessary. And so there's constant dissonance, and sometimes things happen and we just observe and we don't react or respond. And so that song Cool Pose was to kind of mirror that dissonance and see if these guys could stay on beat while I just journey around and ignore what they're putting down. We got to pick up what they're putting down, right? This next song is a Wayne Shorter tune called Footprints. We are here today having a great time and being led through a journey of the different styles of music that I've been blessed to play in my music career. As a professional touring musician, I've played a host of different genres, and so I want to give you all of that today, at least as much as I can within the next 40 minutes. So everyone give it up for Tone Whitfield on bass again, coming all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Go Eagles, right? That's your team? And then my man from Jersey over here, give it up for Mr. Noah Pierre. Noah Pierre. They traveled down to play with me here today. That's an amazing thing. And I also want to give it up to the Strathmore as well as the Kennedy Center. Give both of those organizations a hand. Come on now. Get all the politics out the way. I had the pleasure of being one of the artists in residence in 2019 at the Strathmore Performing Arts Center, and was blessed for the first time to play this stage as a solo act 3 weeks before what we now know as the COVID-19 shutdown. My birthday, February 11th, 2020, I hit this stage to present my own act, and then 3 weeks later, it was all taken away. So to be here is something that I really hold near and dear and precious. Again, give it up for the Kennedy Center. We need to keep and have spaces like this within our communities because it gives people a shot. When you are a local musician, you're always looking for opportunities to be able to be seen, heard, and to grow your craft. I've been in DC from Chicago since 2007, and since that time, I've played between these two stages for about 10 different artists, and blessed to play for names of people that I admire, like, you know, Renee Fleming or Jason Moran or Angelique Kidjo or Estelle, that had concerts here. Those opportunities came to me through this building. And so I can't thank the Kennedy Center enough for the opportunity to be able to grow as a musician, be seen by people from around the world, and as well as impact musicians here locally. So thank y'all so much. Now we're gonna move on to Footprints. Tone, go ahead and take us on the journey, bro. We're gonna fall in with you. Give it up again for Noah Pierre and Tone Whitfield. So getting back to the story, because that's why we're here. We're here for music, and we connect through the music by exposing some of our truths, some of other people's truths, truths that we feel to be provocative, truths that we know will connect us. As entertainers, that's what we do. And so I want to do a couple of numbers from some amazing galvanizing experiences I've had as a musician. As I mentioned, I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I'm the product of generations of ministers and teachers throughout the city of Chicago, and from the foundation of where they migrated from Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, all that good stuff. And from that upbringing, I learned to tie my performance to something bigger than my ego. I connect myself to the spirit of the moment. And again, as a sideman traditionally, I have the blessing of being able to perform with and meet some amazing artists that inspired me to kind of dig deeper in my own personal artistry. Hey, son. That's my baby there. And so I had the privilege in college to go to a school called Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee, and was blessed to become a member of the Fisk Jubilee Singers. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you can give that group a hand. Fisk University is a historically black college. Was founded in 1866, and they fell upon some harsh financial times, given this is, you know, Reconstruction era, and folks really weren't trying to educate people that looked like myself. And so a group of 9 students, along with their director and a teacher by the name of Ella Shepherd, traveled in 1871 to sing for Queen Victoria, who gave them about $100,000, which then erected Jubilee Hall, which is like the first dormitory and building built at the school in that time. Again, I said they traveled by boat in 1871 to perform. That's a big deal. Just think about that. But they were known and are known for Negro Spirituals. It's a student-based group that up to last year actually won their first Grammy Award. That's a big deal too. You can give that a hand. And they were under the direction of Dr. Paul T. Kwame, who transitioned from us last year. He was the director when I was there in 2004. And so I'm just gonna stand flat-footed for you and do a couple of spirituals, 2 of which I would love for you to join me on. But for this first one, this is a song called In Bright Mansions. Traditionally, when this song is sung, it's a big chorale, or with the Jubilee Singers, it's 16 singers, and the altos and sopranos hold this one note. They do circular breathing, and you know, folks come in when they can for about 5 minutes with this beautiful choral resolve. I don't have that today. So we're gonna just imagine it as I sing that part, but this is In Bright Mansions. Lord, I want to live up yonder in bright mansions above, in bright mansions above, in bright mansions above. Lord, I want to live up yonder in bright mansions above. My mother's gone to glory, to glory. Lord, I want to live up yonder in bright mansions above. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you in my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. Those songs get me every time, man. Just to think about any type of rough time any culture in this globe has experienced. And if you are a fan of art, places like the Kennedy Center and museums, it's always interesting the things that you see. They collect pottery from what they used to eat, weapons from what they used to hunt, writings on the basis of their beliefs, and then of course music, which is how they brought all that stuff together. And so hopefully as I sing these tunes, you can hear your own cultural references that are your foundation for what has brought you here today. That's what I love about singing these old style tunes. This next one is a tune that I learned from a guy by the name of Dom Flemons. I had the pleasure of playing for him after years of kind of solely doing soul and gospel music. In 2014, I got a call from a guy from Flagstaff, Arizona, down in Hillsborough, North Carolina, to find out if I wanted to hit the road with him and play what I thought would be these drums. If you don't know Dom, he's one of the founders of the Carolina Chocolate Drops. They won a Grammy for their album Negro Jig over 10 years ago, but he and Rhiannon Giddens and everyone else that has become members of that group have really galvanized the Americana, the folk, and country community with their amazing songs. And Freedom John is a tune that I wrote, well not wrote, but learned while with him. It's a tune that was sung between South Carolina and the Florida region of the country, pre and post-slavery. And instead of playing those drums with him, I literally, got on the Greyhound bus, y'all. Just imagine this. Somebody calls you for an audition. I got on the Greyhound bus with like my full kit, Get to North Carolina. I set up all this stuff, with some of his old-time drums, and I had like the setup looked like I would have been doing, one of those silent movies back in the day. Like I had a whole percussion section. And then he hands me these. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. What kind of mallets are these? And he said, no, they're bones. This is what you're gonna be playing. And that snare drum with some brushes, that's it. We're gonna sing these tunes, but you are in a string band, so that don't matter here. And rhythm bones is an instrument that's played in Ireland, it's played in Africa, and also in American folk music. They are made of literal bones. This is a cow shin bone, gives a very light sound. And these are bones, I just recently got these in Alaska. These are from extinct manatees, and some of the indigenous community had these down there. And so when you hear the bones, they sound like, to me, they sound like someone tap dancing. It should be something like this. So if you've ever heard the song Sweet Georgia Brown, who's seen the Harlem Globetrotters? Exactly. Freedman Davis, who is one of the people that recorded that song, he was a black man that played 2 pair of these in each hand. I always thought that was someone tap dancing on that song, but he was playing the bones. My mouth is kind of dry, but I'll try to give you just the front of it. So this is literally what he was doing. All right? The rhythm bone. That joint is hard. After a night of, I think we were in Kentucky, man. I think I got some bourbon and just sat by the tour bus and worked at these till I got it down. I learned this song called Freedom John. Everybody say call and response. Call and response. You just did it, so I'm gonna have to tell you what it is. So this is a call and response song that came about in a time when drums were also taken away from African Americans given what it incited. And so people went from playing rhythms with drums to the first instrument, the human body. So we got two sides here. I know this side over here. I see some musicians. I know they're going to hold it down. This is a song that typically has about 5 to 6 different claps. It's highly syncopated. All right? So when I say read 'em, John, you're going to say read 'em. So let's try this. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Then you say read 'em, let me go. So let's try it again. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, let me go. Again, read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, let me go. Now let's see if you could clap and sing or talk at the same time. I just want y'all to hold down the downbeat. You're going to give me the quarter notes, guys. 1, 2. We're going to do this here. So if you like this, read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, let me go. Come on now, read 'em, John. Yeah, read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, let me go. All right, now I'm at the bones. So keep that going. So this is all the claps that go with that. If you want to try it, this is one clap that goes with this. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna show you all of them. This is the third one. All right? This all happens at the same time. Let's do the fourth one. We're gonna end together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost. We almost did it. You can hold down whatever clap you want. I'm going to play the bones with this song. This is an amazing tune about reading John. And again, reading and being literate was something that was not legal either in this time. And so we had to disguise literature with the music. So if you ever go to a black church and you hear a minister, at the end of his sermon, he starts singing, all right? To line hymns and to line the words of the scripture is how people got their word. But people had to read, and they put it through the music. So this is a reference to John, but it's also talking about escaping. Ready? Here we go. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, let me go. Come on now, read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read, it's my turn to sing. And now John wrote a letter, and he laid it on the table. No one can read 'em like, oh, John. Read 'em, let me go. Come on now, read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, let me go. Come on now, read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read, it's my turn to sing. And 1 by 1, and 2 by 2, and 3 by 3, and 4 by 4. No one can read 'em like, oh, John. Read 'em, let me. Come on now, read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read 'em, John. Read, it's our turn to stop. Good job, everybody. Yeah, man. I'm going to bring up my brothers here, Noah Pierre and Tone Whitfield, back to the stage. Give yourselves a hand again. This is, man, do you know how chaotic it is to get more than 20 people to just stay on beat? You know, that's always when, like, the artist set can just go downhill if that doesn't land right. So y'all are amazing musicians. This next tune is a hymn I heard sang for so long. It's in the catalog of tunes that were sang during the Civil Rights Movement. I wanted to pull out some Pete Seeger tunes and a whole bunch of stuff, but I do want people to, observe and not sing everything. So this is another tune, though, called Walk With Me, Lord. If y'all know this tune, feel free to hop on in with me, but just imagine this song being sang during the March on Washington or any of those times when, SNCC had to face some real stuff. So this is Walk With Me, Lord. Walk with me, Lord. Walk with me. Walk with me, Lord. Walk with me while I'm on this, oh, this tedious journey. I said I want Jesus. I want him to walk with me. I know you hear me, Mother. I see you right there. I say, be my guide, Lord. Oh, be my guide. Y'all can clap with me like this. Be my guide, Lord. Be my guide. Oh, while I'm on this tedious journey. Oh, I want Jesus. I want him to walk with me. Go ahead, give him some, brother. Be my guide, Lord. Be my guide, yeah. Be my guide, Lord. Be my guide. Oh, while I'm on this tedious journey. I said, let's turn around. I want Jesus. I said, I want Jesus. Oh, I want Jesus to walk with me. Yeah. All right. Looks like we got time for one more. So, again, we're talking about opportunities and experiences that have galvanized me in my career as a percussionist, background singer. A lot of folks I really got started with. I sang background and played drums. Big ups to Ayanna Gregory, if anybody knows Ayanna Gregory, and the daughter of Dick Gregory. She was one of the first artists I had the pleasure of playing for here in D.C., and really how I built my career locally, because this is a rhythm section town. Chicago's one, Baltimore, New York, Philly, D.C., you know, LA. And so to come to DC, the home of go-go, I had a lot up against me. But to be able to sing, that's 2 in 1. So I had the privilege of working with her, and you know, she's a staple here. And then in about 2010, 2011, I met this gentleman I'm about to bring up to the stage just through working on and around U Street. For any tourists that's here, the U Street corridor is an amazing space to hear and see music. About 10 years ago or more, it was even better than it is now, and that we had amazing venues like Twins and Bohemian Caverns. Yeah, give it up, man. Those are some amazing institutions that help people build their careers, and I got a chance to meet some amazing jazz musicians there. But right here on this stage, perform with this gentleman and his partner, Mr. Raheem Devon, in the group called The Crossroads. Group birthed here out of DC. Had the pleasure of doing the NPR Tiny Desk with them as their music director, and have really been mentored by, yeah, give it up, man. This is I'm bringing a legendary cat to the stage, and so especially during COVID, you know, I really was trying to figure out what to do with my time, and you know, he was just like, dude, just start writing, you know. And within the span of 2 months within the pandemic, he and I had already done like 2 to 3 albums, where he allowed me to feature, do some verses for him, to kind of jump out there and just explore the world as a lyricist, as a vocalist, and also tap into that world of hip hop. I grew up in a way unable to listen to secular music because I had a pastor for a father, so he didn't play that. I had to sneak and listen to the radio. So it's been an amazing time having the guidance of the one and only DC's own Mr. Wes Felton, and to be able to work with him. And so we dropped a new project on Friday called Second City Sonnets. It's a project that allowed me to explore my memories and my time growing up as a Chicagoan, and kind of speaking to what's going on in the city now through the avenue that is hip-hop. What an amazing challenge and honor. So I want to say thank you before we do the song.
Absolutely. Yeah,
produced by this cat, and it's been an amazing time. So this is one of the songs from that project called Steal Away. Y'all ready, fellas? Yep. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What the elders used to say.
Sometimes you gotta steal away. I got big shoes to fill. Get out my way, no more getting over. Yeah, I'm a vocalist, but I had to rap to represent the culture. Westside, K-Town, Chi-Town. I had to give y'all a bar. The shoot, I got out the hood, but the hood with me, yeah, we going far. Sunday mornings we prayed hard.
Yeah.
Monday mornings we bang.
Bang.
Foot working at the corner store just to try to maintain. But look at us now, we in Africa. Got out the trap, they ain't trapping us. Mama living good, homie living good. Look at us, fam, we stacking up. Again, what the elders used to say. I say sometimes you gotta steal away.
Say that with us.
What the elders used to say.
Yeah. Listen, somebody prayed for me while others prayed on me. No bullets sprayed on me, just blessings rained on me. Y'all not the same as me, ain't what y'all claim to be. I'm simple and plain to me, y'all don't entertain me. Ancestors were slain for me, taught and trained to be less than a brain and things. Called us insane and things, till Harriet came for me with an underground train for me. My mama prayed for me while others prayed on me.
I say 60 seconds in a minute, go for broke with each one in it.
Yeah.
Disregard the haters' lives.
Sometimes
be
you
sincere
gotta
and
steal
live your
away.
life. 60 seconds in a minute, go for broke with each one in it. Disregard the haters' lives.
Sometimes
be
you
sincere
gotta
and
steal
live your life.
away.
I say 60 seconds in a minute, go for broke with each one in it. Disregard the haters' lives. Be sincere and live your life. Be sincere and live your life. Be sincere and live your life. Come on, Noah, give me some of that guitar slide. with each one in it. Disregard the haters' lies. Sometimes gotta steal away. 60 seconds in a minute. Go for broke with each one in it. Disregard the haters' lies. Be sincere and live your life. You got 60 seconds in a minute. Go for broke with each one in it. Disregard the haters' lies.
Sometimes you gotta steal away.
60 seconds in a minute. Go for broke with each one in it. Disregard the haters' lies.
Sometimes you gotta steal away.
Good night. Thank y'all so much, everybody. Give it up again for Mr. Wes Felton.
Yes, yes.
Tone Whitfield. DC's own Wes Felton at that. Philly's own Tone Whitfield. I've got Noah Pierre on guitar from Jersey. My name is Dante Pope, a native of Chicago and turned Washingtonian. Again, I want to give it up to the Kennedy Center. Thank you all so much. Amazing staff, camera staff, sound staff, everybody, production, all that. Thank you to the Strathmore. You all be safe. Have a great rest of the year.
It makes some noise for Dante Pope, y'all.
Thank you for joining us at Millennium Stage. For more information about upcoming shows, please check out the Kennedy Center website or Facebook page. At this time, we ask that you please head to the back of the seating area. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening at the Kennedy Center.